We do a weekly working meeting with the Raleigh team, and that is where we have that kind of face to face to determine that priorities are set correctly based on what the city's priorities are. But typically, I try to do a really good job with the Raleigh team of making sure that we're all in alignment about what Aten's capacity is for a given month. So the Raleigh team actually does a lot of work on their end before I even see a ticket around prioritization. So Pete and the rest of the web team does such an amazing job of like looking at all of the different priorities and requests that are flying at them from other city departments and saying like this is the one that we need to prioritize, this is the one that's like we can wait a couple months on that. And so actually what's really nice for me as an agency or for me as a project manager is that like Pete and his team have already done a little bit of that work for us in terms of setting priorities. um, I do appreciate Pete's earlier comment about process because we do have a structure to how we work together, but it's flexible. So we operate in 1 month sprints. We have a specific pencils down date, which is your work's got to be done into QA. So the Raleigh team has time to look at it and to iterate if something comes out of that QA process. And then we have a really specific deploy date that's all managed by the city's in house developer, Nicole. And so we have all of these guardrails and we've all sort of agreed to stay within these guardrails. And that's really important because there are times where you're like, I want to just throw this new thing at Aten because someone is sounding the alarm about it. Um, but we've agreed to work within these guardrails and it's worked really well because it's allowed us to say like, okay, this is the month for 1300. We might have kicked the can down the road on this for a couple of months,
Mhm.
but this is the month. And so, yeah, it really is a collaboration. And I think one thing that helps us work really well together is that Pete and his team really understand how important it is that they have a solid understanding of the problem they're trying to solve. And that helps us to be able to recommend really good solutions. And they have the access to the stakeholders, they have the access to the people that are using their site. And so we really rely on them to make sure that the voices of their users are heard. Um, and so, yeah, it's really like, it's a really beautiful collaboration, honestly.